Let's personalize an item of choice. Maybe a shirt, a bag, a mask. Watch and learn some sewing basics, and let's see if we can embroider. These are the supplies that you will need for this project. So we're going to use some embroidery thread. Any color you want. Embroidery thread's pretty cool. It's like a bunch of little tiny threads wrapped around together, and you can make all kinds of colorful designs and pictures with them. You will also need a needle. There are lots of different sizes and shapes of needles. The eye or the hole of the needle is sometimes really small and sometimes really big. You'll have to be the one to make the decision which one is best for you. Now, how are you going to cut this thread? You're going to need some scissors. Be careful and make sure you ask permission. There's lots of different types of scissors, as you can see here.
First, you're going to get something to decorate. I'm going to use this cool pencil pouch that I earned this summer when I was doing all this reading. If you'd like, you can just freehand some sort of stitching design, but maybe you want to, say, make a flower or something. I'm going to put some little dots about where I think petals would be on a flower. This will give me some guidelines as to where I should put my needle and thread. So you're going to need to put your thread through the eye of the needle. Now this may require some assistance, possibly some glasses. The bigger the eye of the needle is, the easier it will be to thread this through. Pull it all the way through, and I'm not going to double this up. I'm going to leave it so it's got like a little tail here, and I'm going to go to the end. I'm going to see how much I want to work with. Maybe this much. Here's where I'm going to cut my yarn, and then I'm going to tie the end here. I got my needle. I think I'm ready for the next step. Get my lovely little bag here. And again, remember I said you want to put your hand in so you don't sew it together. I'm going to start on the inside. I'm going to start on the, this is going to be a petal, so I'm going to start on the outside here, stick my needle through, pull it up all the way to the needle. See how it didn't pull through? And then I can go towards the center of my flower. Then I'm going to pull it all the way through. If you get too much string, then this part might be a little more difficult because you might be making a bunch of knots, so you might not want this much string, but I do. So now I need to go in the inside of my bag and out the little dot again. And you keep pulling it. It's really important that you make sure, see all this mess here? If I straighten it out a little, then I don't get a knot. Nobody likes a knot. Knots are not fun. You can be as creative as you want. This is looking pretty cool. Definitely be able to tell my pencil pouch apart from everybody else's.
When you get to the end here, what you want to do is you put your needle underneath the threads because you're going to tie a knot to keep it in place. So you go under the threads and then through the hole, pull it tight. You might want to do it twice. And then once you get that nice and snug, you clip it and move on to your next design. I'm just going to speed this up a little bit, show you how I pull my thread in and out of the holes Going from each one, taking care to not get knots in the string. Maybe you want to add a little more color. I think I'm going to add some blue or azul. Practice my knots.
Let's see. Looks just about good. There's that little spot right there I'm not a fan of. So I'm going to, see I'm running out. Oh, this is real important. When you're doing your project, think ahead how much yarn you need. If you get too close to the end and you can't make a knot or get it through, then that's going to be a problem. You can do one of two things. Either take the needle off and tie another piece of string to this, or you can just tie this one off, and if you need more yarn, you can just rethread your needle and keep going. I'm just going to kind of leave mine like this for now. My new pencil pouch that looks nothing like anyone else's. Put my pencils in there. Put my special feathers in there. Whatever. Zip it up. I'm out of here.